The female characters in the tragedy of Julius Caesar have short areas of the play where women are shown in critical areas to the play's development. Would the plot have changed if women were given a bit more dominance? Portraying California could have easily convinced their husband otherwise. Most of the plot wouldn't have occurred. California makes a very brief appearance, but her role is very important, as it shows the viewer to finally have an insight into Caesar's private life, such as it was the only time when we get to see Caesar in his pajamas. It shows that California understands Caesar's true nature, but it also shows the fear and superstition of the Elizabethan audience. Portrait is Brutus's devoted wife. She doesn't get a whole lot of stage time, but she's an interesting figure, especially when it comes to the play's concern with gender dynamics. When Brutus refuses to tell Portrait what's bugging him, she takes it as an issue. As a married couple, she says they should have no secrets. In other words, Portrait is tired of being excluded from her husband's world just because she's a woman. She also suggests that Brutus keeps things from her. She's treating her like he's not her husband. Portrait's desire to be close with her husband seems reasonable enough, but Portrait also has the annoying habit of talking about women as though they're weaker than men. Portrait at best resembles the women of today. She is strong and willing to speak her mind, and won't let anything come in her way. But her loyalty to her husband is not a trait commonly found nowadays. The reason women are portrayed somewhat inferior to the men is not because of how they appeared in Roman times, but because of the attitude to the women in the time when Shakespeare wrote the play, the Elizabethan Era. The Elizabethan era was a time when England was ruled by Queen Elizabeth. It was this time that they were extremely sexist towards women. Elizabethan women were tutored at home. There was no school for girls. They were not allowed to enter university. They couldn't be heirs to their father's titles except for royals. Elizabethan women could not become doctors or lawyers. Women couldn't vote and were not allowed to enter politics. They were not allowed to act in theaters. There were no women in the army, but this all changed during time, especially during World War II, where women needed to do the men's job. During World War II, 350,000 women joined the armed forces serving at home. The First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt and General George Marshall supported the idea of introducing a women's service branch into the service. Congress had passed and supported the idea into the Army and Navy. Women also gave their effort by going into the Women's Air Force service pilots and became the first women to fly American military aircraft. They flew from factory to factory transporting cargo and participated in target missions. These women accumulated more than 60 million miles in flight distance and freeing thousands of U.S. pilots. But it wasn't until March 2010 that these women were given any benefits or military honors. Over 77,000 American women served as U.S. military nurses. American military nurses played an important and often ignored role in the Mediterranean, European, and Pacific, and they helped usher in a new era of opportunity and respect for American women posed during World War II.